Do you know how to turn this on, or Dave? Do you want to turn this on, or? You know, that's so. This is my phone. This is your phone. I'm live. We just had. Right at the end. See, this is why we wait a second. Let me just get over here. You know, you guys are allowed to talk to other people. All right, everybody, here we go. Grab your cup of coffee, find a seat. Coffees, seat. Here's your direction. Beverage, snack, chair.
Nice to meet you, Josh. Yeah. Fire starter, right? Okay, cool. Sloth. Okay. Sloth.
Usually we have some front row people. This time you guys are like dispersing out, so I don't know if it's
thanks for showing
when I talk, usually people are closer. When Dave talks, people want to go away. I don't know. It's weird. All right. Hi. Oh, I haven't met you yet.
Hey, how you doing? Josh Jones.
Hi, Josh. Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
Thanks for coming.
Awesome.
How'd you hear about us?
David, actually.
Oh, that.
Brock intro to David, and yeah, both in F3 and real estate.
Perfect. Well, good to have you. Cool. All right. Well, guys, thanks for being here. Welcome. This is, I think, our second official meeting. I think third total. Like, this is great. Like, people are coming. People are growing. So how many, is it one person found us from Facebook? John? Awesome. Two. Oh, hi, Greg. You must have snuck in. Hi, pleasure to meet you. So what we are here is we are investor-minded agents. Currently, a lot of the people out there, like agent-wise, their brokerages, their people around them aren't helping them build up their personal wealth or any ways to help them. In our space, like this is our retirement in a sense, is building up rentals and other passive incomes. A lot of people are scared. Is anybody scared about stepping into the real estate investing space? Anybody scared about raising their hand? Like, okay, yeah, just got a few more there. Good. Just want to make sure we're good here. And it is scary if you haven't done it before, right? And it is scary if you don't have a good tribe, a good network, a good nation to be with, right? So what I want to do starting off here is introduce one of our first sponsor. So this is a guy that I personally use that we recommend to a lot of our clients, to a lot of the, sorry you didn't get the subtlety, I was trying to like give you. So besides being a friend, this is our guy for like all things property management. And here.
I can talk like this.
I don't know, here, just. We'll figure this out.
Yeah, well thank you for that introduction.
Hey Melanie, this is natural.
Yeah, this is kind of what we do. So yeah, I've known Kevin and Dave for, gosh, what has it been, about a decade now? We've worked together off and on.
It's kind of crazy.
So I love what they're doing. I truly feel the realtor world is changing, and I feel like a lot of brokers just kind of offer the same thing where they offer you a place to park your license, right, and you can be a realtor, but there's no differentiation. And so I've leaned towards the investment community long ago. That's why we started up our property management business, and I believe that the realtor role is just going to change, and so I've been drawn towards the investment world. So I not only appreciate the opportunity to be your first sponsor, but I truly enjoy being connected with people that I think have just the highest integrity and great work ethic. When I found out Dave and Kevin were partnering, I was like, man, that's an awesome partnership. I knew them both separately, so when they came together, I was like, that's gonna be great. And Tracy, I've got a chance to work with Julie a lot now, so they just have an awesome team, and so I'm so excited to be partnered with them. Little about us, the company's called Complete Realty Solutions. We do property management all over St. Louis. We manage a little over 700 doors across St. Louis. We do anything from single family homes We do multifamilies. We manage in North County, West County, South City, so really all over St. Louis. And then we have a maintenance company connected to us that does flips for our management clients. And so they'll buy an investment property through these guys. They'll come to us, say, hey, can we get a bid for it? We'll give them a bid on flipping it, and then we'll flip it for them and then take over the management of it. And so it's a really great partnership to work with these guys. And so I really appreciate it.
Cool. And just so we're clear, Adam, do you have any rentals or anything like that?
Yeah, we got quite a few. Between me and my business partner, we have around 80 or 90 units.
So you practice what you preach.
Oh yeah. Yep, I think it's very important to lean towards the investment side for sure. So
cool. All right.
Awesome.
This is Adam Drigge with CRS Property Management.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I don't see it, but one of the contractors we've used in the past can't tell us apart. And he's like, oh, how's your brother? It's like, Draghi, Duragi,
his last
whatever.
name is Duragi, my last name is Draghi, and so we both stood in front of the room in our past life, and we introduced ourselves, and they just thought we were the same last name. So everybody thought we were brothers for a couple of years.
Yeah, actually almost that 10 years. He's like, oh, what's your brother's phone number? I'm like, still not my brother, man. Like,
Your brother's phone number, like,
yeah, like now we're just like, yep, here you go, send. Just at some point, look at the names, that's fine. All right, so Adam, great to have you aboard. It really is nice. If you guys are looking at having a property manager, like I seriously use them. We pass them to a lot of people. They do a great job. Kelly does a great job.
Kelly does.
Awesome. So, anybody excited about what we're talking about today? That's it? Yeah. I am. And do you guys know what we're talking about today? Commissions. And what about them? Right. We're currently living in a world where everybody's trying to cut down what agents get, what agents' worth is. And kind of the paradigm shift of what some of this is what David started. Hi, Leah. And the now the front row people started filling in. It's awesome. But the paradigm, the rules are changing, right? And everybody is trying to break us down to get less and less. David has figured out a method of how to get more and more, how to give more value, how to create more wealth, and how to connect more dots. He was so good at it, in fact, that I met him 7, 8, 10 years ago when he was just a young little boy doing part-time real estate. He came in, he was representing a client who actually was buying one of my flips. It was an interesting start to our relationship. I'll save that one for a different time. But so he was little part-time agent Dave, and then he got into the investing world. When he did that, he gave me a call and we started some of the investing world together. Eventually he grew, he left his golden handcuffs. You guys know what golden handcuffs are? When you got a W-2 income that's really nice, real cush, and it's really hard to be like, oh, let's go into that uncomfortable space. So he eventually left those golden handcuffs, is a successful agent, is a successful investor, so much so that his wife even left her handcuffs behind and is also full-time real estate investor. And she's very active in the women's side of the investing world. So all that's said and done is me, Dave O, Tracy O, we all thank you and welcome you guys here today. Dave is going to unlock something for you today, how to make more out of every transaction you have, how to do more, how to grow more, and how to transition into what the new world looks like for real estate investing, and especially investor-minded agents. So I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys have some notes to take here, right? Or are you guys all on your, okay, all right, yeah. Because guys, if you really do listen and you apply this stuff will change your life and what your future looks like. So give me a hearty handshake and welcome Dave O! Hey, buddy. You got this.
Love you, brother. What up, everybody? How are you guys doing? Who's ready to earn higher commissions? Say, I am. All right, there we go. You guys are ready. Guys, I'm so excited about this. What if you could make 10% commission? Wouldn't that be nice? How about 15% commission, guys? Would that be unbelievable, unthinkable? Unbelievable. Well, no joke. We did this last week. We closed a deal over 15% commission. I'm going to show you in just a few moments exactly how we did it and exactly how you guys can do it going forward as well. But first, let me give you guys a little context. If you haven't met me yet, my name's David O. I'm a real estate agent and investor and co-founder of Cashflow Nation at eXp Realty. I've been licensed for over 10 years. And if I'm being honest with you guys, most of those 10 years I struggled as an agent. I did a few deals a year. In fact, the year that I met Kevin, 2016, I sold 4 houses in that entire year. And I met Kevin at one of those houses. And I don't think we meet people on accident, guys. I feel like the good Lord puts certain people in our lives for a reason. And the whole reason we're doing this event today stems from that moment. It's been such a blessing to work with Kevin. He taught me so much of what I know about real estate investing that he decided to get his license. And now I get to show him so much what I know about being an agent, right? And Kevin just had his first listing go live this past weekend. And actually, a huge success story. Kevin, how many offers, how much over asking? Can you say any of that stuff?
Well, Michaela's here, and she was one of the losers. You were fantastic.
It was wildly successful.
Yeah.
His phone was ringing all weekend, and he was loving it. He's a people guy, and it was really good. Nice job, Kevin. And over the years, we've put investing and putting agency stuff together. And this week is a very special week for me and my team. We're closing on our 108th transaction of the year this week. So going from 4 to 100. I'm still having a hard time believing it, guys. The Lord's blessed us with an incredible opportunity here. And I can't wait to share this with you guys because there's way more opportunity out there for all of us to do together. One of the things about going from 4 to 108 is that there's, wait a minute, hold on, let me back up. The reason I'm so passionate about what I do is not because it makes a ton of money. We did put some ads out here. I know some of you came from Facebook. We had to hook you guys in because we're going to make a lot of money here. We are going to do that. But there is a lot of passion for this for me because I believe agents need this right now. I believe it's really hard to be an agent right now. We're getting attacked from a lot of different angles. One, there's technology that is advancing so quickly that it's hard to keep up with. Right now, clients can get into homes without an agent. There's technology where they can take a picture of their driver's license and get access to a home for an hour without an agent being present. Like, that exists, and there's more solutions like that coming to the market. There's also massive litigation going on right now. You guys have seen, like, hey, normally we get paid as agents 2.7, 2.5%. Some of the people are saying, hey, it's going to zero. We're going to be getting paid 0% commission. And the reason for that is the big lawsuit against the National Association of Realtors and all the major brokers, right? Right here in Missouri, a jury ruled in favor of the home sellers and awarded them $1.8 billion. One of the biggest cases to ever face realtors in the history of the profession. And it's going to be a game changer. Now that the brokers have filed an appeal, and it's going to take a long time to shake all this out. But what we do know is there's going to be sweeping changes to our industry because of this. And some of that might not be good for agents. And then last but not least, there's a giant lurking trying to steal our lunch, guys. Anybody know what company bought Showing Time? Anybody know? Zillow, that's right. Now, Showing Time is the platform that every single one of us as agents uses to schedule showings on homes. It's an integral platform that we use to sell homes on the MLS. and Zillow came in and bought it. They're a venture capital-backed tech company that has virtually unlimited funding, unlimited capital to go out and buy platforms like this. They've got brokerages in every single state now. They've got a mortgage lending company. They've got a home buying company. And not to mention, they have 70% of your buyers' traffic on their platforms, on Zillow.com and Zillow app. 70% of buyers looking for a home are starting to look for them on Zillow. And so what does all this mean, guys? Zillow is not your friend. Zillow is not your friend. They are not just going to take a little bit of your lunch money. They're trying to steal your whole lunch. They're trying to vaporize the traditional real estate agent. And a lot of people have their heads in the sand right now thinking, oh, everybody will always need an agent. You will always be around, and they're just doing business as usual. But I mean, all you have to do is ask the taxi cab drivers what happened when Uber came out, right? They were gone instantly. And Zillow's becoming very close to the possibility of being able to do that. I don't know how soon. But we need to be adapting. We need to be changing as agents to secure our financial futures and our professions. Because there's a lot of forces working against us. And not to mention, it's already hard to be an agent, guys. It was already hard to be an agent before all this stuff. Whether you're doing 100 deals or 4 deals a year, none of us know how much commission we're going to be making 90 days from now. Usually none of us have a closing 3 months from now, right? So it's hard to have that stability, that security of knowing that you're going to be providing for your family all year when you're in a commission-based role as an agent. But there is hope, and what we're doing here at Cashflow Nation is starting to change all of that. We believe that cash flow equals freedom. It's right there in our name, and there are 5 different ways that we create cash flow for our agents. Number 1 is through commissions. Most agents only have this stream of income is through commissions. What we do around commissions is we help you do more transactions and higher commission percentages, which we're going to talk about here in just a few moments. Number 2, we do active real estate investment. We train our agents to do active real estate investments. Julie's here. Julie, raise your hand, please. This is Julie. So Julie has her first flip under contract as of Friday, right? Friday. She's doing her first flip, and there are probably contractors at the house right now working on that while she's sitting in here, and it's going to make her a nice big chunk of change at some point in the next few months. That's a nice stream of income to come in between commission checks, right? That's number 2. Number 3 way we help agents do cash flow is through passive real estate investing. So think rental property. We also have a special guest here. Jenna, will you raise your hand? So Jenna's coming in from Jeff City today. I think her official start date was August 1st of this year. That was her official start date. Completely green to real estate investing. Never been involved in a real estate investing deal in her life before. She had a ton of questions. She still has a ton of questions, but next week something pretty cool is happening for her. She's closing on her 3rd rental property of her own. Give her a hand. So that's number 3, passive. Number 4 is ownership in the brokerage. All of our agents have ownership in the brokerage, equity in the brokerage. Our brokerage is publicly traded on the NASDAQ. We earn company shares every time we do a transaction, every time we refer an agent, every time a referring agent does a transaction, and that starts building up over time. I've been with this brokerage for over 2 years, and I don't log into my brokerage account that much, but the last time I did, there was $60,000 in there, and I couldn't believe it. Like, that was growing without me knowing about it. And I never had that opportunity in any other brokerage that I was at to have that kind of equity, that kind of ownership in the business that's growing. And there's a reason, guys, that most of us have never been to a retirement party for a real estate agent, because it's never been possible before. And now it is. With ownership and equity, that could be a nest egg that people could leverage for retirement. So that's number 4. Number 5, the 5th way we do cash flow as agents is through revenue share at the brokerage, right? So this brokerage is all about fighting shoulder to shoulder for the deals, not face to face. Everybody that comes in is all tied together because we're getting revenue share. I want to see Julie do more deals. I want to see everybody in this room do more deals because we're all getting a piece of the revenue share from the brokerage. So it's very powerful to do that. Now, the biggest factor I'm going to share with you guys about how we went from 4 to 108 transactions in a year. The number one factor, if I have to boil it down to one thing, is that I started working with real estate investors. Now, some of you are saying real estate investors I've heard all the horror stories. They want to do all these lowball offers. They've got all this funny business with wholesaling and assigning and seller financing, and they're going to be a big waste of time. Well, I did experience all of those pitfalls. The difference was I created a system around it. I created objections. I created a system to handle those situations and spend the most profitable amount of time in front of the most profitable clients of ours. And so we have a system for all the agents that come and join us from end to end, where to find the investors, how to talk to the investors, how to filter out the investors that aren't going to be good clients for us, how to find them deals, how to analyze deals, how to negotiate the deals, how to get them under contract, and how to repeat that process over and over again. And so all of our agents get the playbook, all the scripts, all of the lead magnets, all of the tools that we use to work with investors. We plug you right into a system that already works. Now, when I was working with investors, I noticed there was 5 major benefits of working with these investors. Number one was that I was doing more transactions. That was the number one obvious thing, right? Going from 4 to 108, more transactions. The truth is, when you're working with a homeowner, it used to be that they were moving every 5 or 6 years. Today, they're staying in their homes even longer. They're moving every 10 to 12 years right now. So that means if you sell a home today to a homeowner, you're going to be waiting another 10 to 12 years before that client who you've spent so much time nurturing and developing a relationship and developing trust that they would buy from you as a real estate agent is going to buy from you again. And when I was at Keller Williams, they had this great system. It was called the 36 touch system. And I hated this because that meant I had to pester my friends and family 36 times during the year to remind them that I'm a real estate agent, because they would forget if I wasn't. And I didn't believe that at first until one day my mom called me and said, "Hey, my best friend Nancy just sold her house in Sunset Hills for $700,000." And I was like, "Mom, why didn't you refer to me?" And she's like, "Oh, I forgot. I forgot you were an agent." And that's when the light bulb went off. We really do have to remind them 36 times a year. And that's probably why I was not so successful when I was working with homeowners, is that I hated doing that. I didn't like doing that. But here's the cool thing. When you work with investors, most investors want to buy multiple properties a year. They don't forget about you. There's not enough time to forget about you. The reason Jenna's buying 3 deals is because one rental property doesn't really change your life. Yeah, it's going to add a couple $100 a month cash flow. Yeah, in 20 to 30 years, you'll probably have that paid off. That'll be a nice nest egg to have, or put somebody through college or something like that. But ultimately, one rental property is not going to change your life. What can change your life is owning multiple rental properties that can produce a sizable stream of income for you and your family, to pay for your mortgage, to pay for your expenses, to pay for your bills. That's a big deal. So a lot of them our investors are geared up trying to buy multiple properties. We've got clients that buy 7, 8, 9, even 10 in a single year. I just talked to one this week that's going to be a new investor coming on. He says, "Hey, I need to buy 20 properties in 120 days because I have 1031 money that's going to expire." It's like you find them as fast as you can find them, is as fast as I'm going to buy them. And so those are the kind of clients you get to work with when you're working with investors. So that's number one, more transactions. Number 2 is higher commissions, which we're going to be showing you one way here in just a few moments to get higher commissions. Now, there's multiple ways that we leverage investors and leverage this process to add more value to them and get higher commissions. So people that come onto our team get access to all the different ways. We're going to show you one of those ways here today. That's number 2. The third benefit of working with investors is that they use cash terms when they buy. And I say cash terms because not every investor is buying with cash, but most of them are buying with financing, but not a financing contingency. So when we're writing up a contract, we don't have to deal with a financing contingency like a lot of home buyers do. I don't have to worry that they're buying more house than they can afford. I don't have to worry about all their debt and income accounted for, or are they going to still have a job by the time closing comes around. We've ran into a couple situations just working with buyers on the other side where the buyer's losing their job. There's people getting laid off all the time right now, and they can't get the financing anymore. We largely don't have to worry about that with investors because we're not contingent on financing. That is out of the contract. And a lot of times if they're getting a loan, the loan is qualifying the investment property. They're making sure that the property itself is going to be profitable and make money, not the investor. They're not looking at the investor's assets a lot of times. They're not looking at their credit scores and their debt to income and all that stuff. So that's a huge benefit. That's number 3. Number 4 is that they are purchasing properties in as-is condition. Most investors are buying stuff as is. When you're working with a homeowner and they go in and they get an inspection done and there's a 60-page report and they're in the basement looking at a little spider web crack saying, is this a foundation issue? And they're freaking out and they're getting cold feet all the time. In fact, 1 in 5 buyers backs out during the inspection period because these reports are so big, long, and scary. With investors, we're not paying $500 for a home inspection. We've got investor grade inspections that is a 1-page bullet list of the repair items and the ages of the systems. It's exactly what they need to know, and they're not freaked out by it. They actually don't care. They're not asking the seller to repair stuff. So no longer are your deals falling through because the seller refuses to repair something in the house. In fact, most of our investors, the more repairs a house needs, the better deal we can get on it. The more profitable the deal is going to be. So that was number 4, as is properties. Number 5 benefit, and probably my favorite of working with investors, is that it's not an emotional purchase. It's not an emotional purchase. You guys have all been in the car with buyers where you're going around all weekend looking at 30 different houses and you just can't find the right one, especially in this market. You can't find one that checks all the boxes. And maybe if you finally do, guess what? Everybody else found that house too, and there's a dozen or so offers on it, and you end up losing the deal, and you end up wasting all this time and not getting paid a single dollar for all the work that you've done. The great thing about investors is they usually only care about one thing. Is the property going to make them money, or is it not going to make them money? It's a very simple decision. If it's going to make them money, they probably want to buy the property. And here's the cool thing about that. A lot of times, we can figure out if the property is going to make them money by getting on our laptop or on our phone. We don't actually have to go to the property and show it to them. So while other buyer's agents are showing 20 properties to submit one offer for the homeowner, we're at home writing 20 offers and not showing any properties. Alex is here. How many offers did you write yesterday?
Two offers.
2 offers. How many showings did you do yesterday? 0 showings. That's how we do it. I mean, it's that simple. Your return on time is so much higher when you're working with investors in that situation. All right, guys. So one of the things I did in preparation before I was about to show you guys this, I had a call with my business coach, Sean McCloskey, and we talked about my goals for where we wanted to go with Cashflow Nation. It's Cashflow Nation because we want to take this across the nation. We didn't want to just do this in St. Louis. And I can't do it on my own, so I'm inviting everybody in to help grow with us. And we have the platform to do that at eXp Realty. But one of the things he said to me that stood out to me was, he said, Dave, before you're going nationwide, do you even have 1% penetration in the St. Louis marketplace? even in 1% penetration? And I said, that's a great question, Sean. I don't know. Let me go find out. So what I'm about to show you is going to work on off-market deals. So one lens that I took on this is I said, well, how many off-market deals are there? Is there a massive opportunity to put this into play in St. Louis right now? Am I even penetrating 1% of the market with all the deals we're doing using this? And so what I did was I had the question, well, how many off-market deals are there right now in St. Louis? So I went to the St. Louis County Recorder's Office. I did this week just so there'd be up-to-date numbers. And I said, how many sales were recorded in St. Louis County this year? They said there was 18,000 and some hundred transactions recorded, sales recorded in St. Louis County. So 18,000 at the Recorder's Office. And now my question is, well, how many of those are on the MLS? How many of those are on the market? And the Association of Realtors and the MLS and all of these places would lead you to believe that most of those are going to be on the MLS. Most of those are going to have realtors involved. Most of those are going to be in the market. And in fact, they have all of these rules in place to make sure that they're on there, right? Like you've got to be coming soon within hours of getting the listing contract signed. Then you've got to go to active listing within days of coming soon. And there's all these rigorous rules. And in fact, I got in trouble last year because I put a listing on Facebook before I put it on the MLS, and they called and they gave me a really nasty email and a warning, and they said they're going to fine you if you do that again. And so I was like, holy cow, everything has to be on the MLS, And so when I'm doing this research, 18,000 at the county, and I go onto my computer and I look at the MLS and I say, how many sales are closed on the MLS in St. Louis County? Anybody want to take a guess at what 10,000, 15,000? It was 12,000. So 12,000 of the 18,000 transactions at the county were on the MLS, right? So there's about a third of the market over here that is happening off market, an entire third. That's a massive number of transactions. 6,000 over here, 12,000 on the MLS. And everybody knows at the St. Louis Association of Realtors, there's 6,000 licensed realtors that are part of that. So if we just take the 12,000 sales this year, there's enough sales for 2 transactions for every agent this year. That's the type of competition that's happening over here in the 12,000 MLS deals. 2 deals per agent. That's crazy. But over here, there's 6,000 deals. And other than the people in black shirts in this room, I don't know anybody that's working this sphere over here. So this is a blue ocean of opportunity, guys, that we're sharing with you today because we can partner on something pretty cool. We can change this industry. We can earn higher commissions. We can do a lot of good with this opportunity. So you guys ready to learn how to do this or what? Yeah? All right, let's do it. All right, so as I said, this is the actual numbers of a deal we closed last week. I'm not going to disclose the address or the names to keep the people involved anonymous. But this is an off-market deal, so this only works for an off-market deal. If it's on the market, you know how much you're getting paid. It's like 2.7, 2.5, maybe even lower than that, right? So this only works off-market. Wholesalers are your friends. So wholesaler calls me up, says, hey, I got a deal for you. Okay, I say, how much is it? He says, I got a deal for $45,000. And this is going to get interesting. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house in North County. So $45,000. First question I ask him, can I put a commission on top of your wholesale price? First question I ask him. He says, of course. Of course the wholesaler wants you to put a commission on top of their wholesale price. They don't want to pay you out of their price. That would cut into their profit. So of course most of them are going to say yes to that question, but you want to make sure to ask them that question right away so you're clear on that. So $45,000 he's asking for this 3-bed, 1-bath house in North County. He tells me this property needs a renovation. I'm like, okay. So what is my next step? My next step is to figure out, is this going to be a deal for an investor? The first thing I want to look at in this particular case is, what is the after repair value of this house? So I'm going to look in this neighborhood at 3-bed, 1-bath houses, and I'm going to see what are the highest selling prices of these properties in this neighborhood. And for this particular deal, it ended up being $120,000 ARV, after repair value. So this is the highest value that of this house in today's market would be worth. And now, knowing what I know about investing in real estate, I know what makes a deal for an investor. If I'm doing a full renovation on a house, I want to have about, as an investor, I want to have about 25% equity. That would make it a deal for me. That's actually one of my personal buying criterias, is that I need 25% equity in the deal if I'm going to have to renovate it. Now, there's all different formulas we apply to this, and the agents that work with us, we work with them on how that looks. But if the property needed less rehab or it didn't need any rehab at all, this number could go down. This number could also change with the market. So the market 10 years ago or in 2013 was much different than it is today. It was a buyer's market back then. So back then, people were looking at more equity in their deals. They could get more profit. Today's market, inventory is limited. We're looking at a lesser amount of equity, lesser amount of profit on our investment deals. There's more competition. But today, this makes a deal for somebody. So in order to figure out how much they need to be all in at to get to 25% equity, it's real simple. I just take the ARV times 75%. And that brings me to $90,000. So $90,000, if I purchase the property and I renovate the property and I'm all in at $90,000, I'm going to have 25% equity, or I'm going to have $30,000 in equity on my ARV. This is going to be a deal for any investor because of that margin there, right? So my next step from here is to figure out, well, how much does this property need in repairs? And one of the things we use and what we train our agents to do is we help them estimate the rehab costs. So we've got a calculator, spreadsheets that help us figure all this stuff out. We can look at pictures of a property and in less than 5 minutes come up with a very accurate high-level rehab estimate for the property. So I'm looking at pictures of this property and it looks like it needs a new kitchen, needs new flooring, needs paint, needs bathroom, some landscaping, some stuff like that. And we were able to quickly figure out that it needs $30K in rehab. $30K in renovations, okay? So now he needs to be all in at 90. I subtract the $30K in renovations, and now I'm at this number of $60,000. And if you look back up at the top, the wholesaler wanted $45,000, but my math is showing me that this is going to be a deal for an investor if they buy it at $60,000. So there's about a $15,000 what I call commission potential in this deal right now. Now, on this actual deal, I think we went ahead and marketed it to our buyers at 55. We said, come buy this for 55, which was with a 10K commission. That had a 10K commission in the price. So we said, here's a deal for $55,000 to our investment buyers. The wholesaler's got it for 45, but he's willing, the wholesaler, remember he said we can put our commission on top of his price. So the price is going to be 55 and the wholesaler is going to pay us a $10,000 commission. And we got this under contract. We didn't have to show the property. We had the pictures, we had the numbers, we had the comps, we had everything laid out so a buyer could make an easy decision to say, yes, I want to write an offer for $55,000. We got it under contract. Now, most of the time, our investors do want an investor grade inspection. And a lot of times we might not do the showing, but we're going to do the inspection. So during the inspection period on this particular property, one of the things they found was that the roof was getting close to the end of the life. It had like 3 or 4 years left on the roof. And the buyer came back and said, hey, we didn't have the roof on our $30K original estimate. I want to see if the seller's willing to drop the price to account for that. So I call the wholesaler up. I say, hey, Mr. Wholesaler, we found out the roof is shot. What can we do about this? He said, well, I don't have room for a whole roof in $45,000 deal. Like, there's not enough room there. And I said, how about this? How about you come down a little and we come down a little and we make this work for the client and we get this deal done. So he said, okay, I'll come down to 43. And then I said, okay, we're going to come down to on the commission to 8K. And that got us to a 51K purchase price that the buyer was satisfied with. So the buyer ended up closing last week on this deal for $51,000. We got paid an $8,000 commission. Wholesaler got $43,000. And everybody came out of this deal very happy. So you got the seller who sold to the wholesaler. He sold fast, as is, no contingencies, done deal. The wholesaler got what he wanted. He originally wanted 45. After inspections, we got a little bit off on him. We're elated. We got $8,000 in commission. And then the client is excited because this $51,000 price, this was an off-market deal, right? If we put this on the MLS, my original numbers were showing that this was a deal at 60. I think the MLS may have brought in like 61, 62, maybe even $65,000. So they're saving money on the purchase price too, and it's an off-market deal. And I didn't originally plan for this, but give me one moment. I got to grab my phone. Just to show you guys how this works. So yesterday, the client that bought this property left us like this super long review. And I can't even read all of it because we'll be here forever. It's like 3 pages of stuff. But I want to share this with you because this meant a lot to me, especially because we're highlighting his deal today. The title of his review is A Seamless Property Purchase Experience with David and Julie, Exceptional Brokers and Investors. I recently had the pleasure of working with David and Julie as my brokers during the successful purchase of a property and can't express enough how satisfied I am with their expertise and professionalism. What sets them apart is their unique combination of being not just agents, but also seasoned investors. This dual perspective brings a wealth of knowledge to the table and sets them apart from other agents in the industry. Like he said it right there. That's our whole value prop. Because we're investor minded, because we have experience ourselves, we're able to offer a service to clients that nobody else has. 90% of real estate agents don't invest in real estate themselves. So when clients find that they can work with us and we can guide them through this process, it's a major deal. He says, in conclusion, working with David and Julie was the best choice I made in my property buying journey. Their expertise, professionalism, unique perspective as investors makes them an invaluable asset to anyone navigating the real estate investment market. I wholeheartedly recommend David and Julie to anyone seeking to invest in real estate. So this was his review that he left us after this deal. And it just meant a lot to me because I was in this client's position where he has a corporate job and he's been investing in the stock market and Wall Street. And I worked corporate for 12 years, guys. And I can tell you the only people getting rich are the ones that are sitting on Wall Street. And I feel like it's at the expense of us. It's at the expense of all the people that are building up their 401ks and all that stuff. I firmly believe that real estate investing is the best investment vehicle on the planet. And so that's why we set out to do all this, guys. That's why we are Cash Flow Nation, because we want to make real estate investing accessible to anyone. That's our mission, guys. We want to shift the belief of wealth creation from Wall Street to Main Street. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you.
Okay, that stopped short. Sorry. Was that awesome?
Yeah.
Is anybody's like jaw dropped a little bit? Anybody's eyes get a little bit bigger listening to this? Like I'm in back, Jen and I are like, look at this, like that's awesome. Like this really is some pretty cool stuff. And I like how you're like, I'm not gonna tell you what agent did it. Thanks, Julie. I was like, I think I know who it is. Like, But has anybody done this type of deal for somebody as an agent? Yeah, nobody? Yeah, I just strategically didn't look at your hands. It's fine. But I mean, like, what a great way. The idea of focusing towards investors, especially like people not living in St. Louis, your job isn't how can I harp and like make my friends not want to pick my phone up anymore, right? You might have those. You're shoveling freaking deals to these people, and they're like, "Oh, we'll take this one. We'll take this one." Like, all you do, like, investors buy what 1, 3, 5 houses a month, depending on what kind of investor it is. Okay, market's gonna be a little interesting. They're probably more hungry. I'll shovel. Like, I'm okay making $8 grand for a house that I'm not really touching. Like, that sounds great. So, and the fact that you're already in a nation, cash flow nation. Yeah. Guys, I'm a dad. It's a little corny. Just work with it. Like, I need your help. But because we're all here in this together, like it makes it a lot easier. Like, oh, hey, I got this guy. Oh, I need a roofer. Great, use mine. Like, it is one of these. It's not hard. You call up a friend and you're like, hey, I got a deal. I'll buy it. Great. I need a lender. Great, I got one. You know, I need a property manager. Boom, I got a sponsor. Easy plug in case somebody wants a sponsor. See, that's called planting a seed. Planted it. All right, so guys, we are coming to the end of the year, right? So this is the time all of us do this fun thing called goal setting, goal reviewing, right? Anybody who runs a business, it's time to start planning what next year looks like. Is it next week? When is Christmas?
I think it's like 2.
2 weeks? 2 weeks? And it's Christmas. Okay, I don't need exact, Tracy. Okay. 14 days to Christmas, right? Is anybody else's life in fast forward right now? You know, like you have the kids, you have the school, you do the drop off, and you're like, go, everything keeps happening. Guys, if we don't take the time, right, and hold ourselves accountable, hold others accountable, like if we don't do this, it gets a little bit harder, right? Things slip away. Oh, I meant to do, but it never really happened, right? By being in a tribe, being in a nation, right, we learn collective genius, right? We learn from everybody's strengths that's here. Picking something up from Stevie is we came up with this form. Jenna, that's your cue. Cuckoo. Yeah.
We're chit-chatting.
Yeah. So, thanks to Stevie, we came up with this form, right? So,
The form.
I know we were talking. Okay, the last time.
oh my God. All right. So, guys, way to help the flow. That was awesome.
I really get a lot of plugs in the cash flow nation.
Yeah, thank you. So, thanks to Stevie, came up with this idea, and thanks to the idea that we want to help you guys hold yourselves accountable. Guys, this is 2 click boxes, right? We want to know, did you get value out of today? Did you find the 5 ways that you could increase your money, right, your wealth out of real estate, right, that Dave showed? Did you like the 5 ways of creating opportunities with investors, right? Did this make sense? Like, did it click somewhere in your mind that, yes, I want some of this stuff? If this is something that you're thinking right now, hey, I want in, right? Great, let's talk. If you're already in, awesome, let's grow some more, right? If you're sitting there and you're like, you know what, I owe it to myself to make 2024, holy shit, right? 2024, like my pivotal, was that right? I feel like it's not, the flow isn't pivotal, the time where my life turns around, fulcrum year, is that a better one? No, pivotal.
Pivotal time in my life. CFN.
The best year of my life, then like you're 2 click boxes away, guys. Like we are looking at growing our nation. We are getting that 1% penetration. I've been waiting to use this one. I've been waiting.
He's the CEO himself. You know the CEO before?
We can come in and become masters of the areas that we're on. Have fun, gain knowledge, and work with people you like, right? You don't have to wear a suit coat into the office. You can be yourself and still be greatly successful. If you want to wear your pajamas, that's awesome, right? Just don't do it in front of clients. But it's like one of these areas that, hey, you can be successful, you can grow, you can have fun, you can, I'll leave it off. But like there are ways we could connect the dots and have a great time doing it. And guys, this is the nucleus that really is going to go nationwide. We are looking for the game-changing people to step up and become part of Cashflow Nation. Guys, you are 2 clicks away. If you have any questions, feel free to ask Dave, me, Tracy, Jenna, anybody else here in the black shirts. But guys, we'd love to have you part of our team. Love to see you. Thanks again for showing up.
Good job.
1% penetration. That's awesome. He kept.
Here's our first one.
I'm gonna go hug some.
What?
You just got another one?
No, you were turning yours in, I thought.
Tracy, that
You're already in.
If she said don't do
Okay,
it.
all right.
I'm like, I'm gonna do it, I will. You can tell him, because I'm telling everybody, I'm joining this team.
Love it.
Let's say hi to Mary Kay.
Hey, thanks for coming, brother.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming.
see you.
Yeah.
Christopher, nice to meet you.
Christina Castle, nice to meet you.
Do I need to submit this since I'm already, since Julie's already sponsoring me?
No, yeah, submit it, and then we'll know for sure.
Okay.
We're just making sure.
Do I need to put that she's sponsoring me on here?
No, we know. Yeah, we're good. Hey, thank you, Mary. Thanks for coming and supporting me.
Yeah, it's good. We need to do some brainstorming to figure out how to get a couple of our properties over to do this because there's something I want to get rid of and there's got to be a way to
absolutely.
figure out because we have some investment properties that just need to go.
Sure.
So I got to talk with Bob and it's better to go instead of what we've been doing because we're just so busy right now with the Curing Transitions business and have time for it all.
Right. It's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah. So we'll be in touch, I'm sure, and try to get that going.
Okay, great.
So yeah, because if you have investors that need like properties,
Oh, yeah.
I think we probably could work with that.
Awesome. Yeah, we have a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll talk with that. So we're just now getting everything kicked off with the new business and.
Yeah, when I saw him the other night, he was in Panera just doing proposals for,
It's a lot.
Yeah, he's got a lot,
Yeah, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all going to come together.
Right.
But we just have to get there.
Right.
It was good seeing ya.
You too, thank you. What up, brother? What'd you think?
It's good. Eye-opening. I mean, like, I don't know enough about it to, like, I wanted to see if you and Tracy would be down for, like, lunch. So I can have Lauren involved as well. I mean, she's
scared.
Well, she's skeptical because of the real estate market, but also she's not working.
Right.
She stayed home this year. So it's adding a little bit more stress to the Tony household. We were very fortunate I had a huge year, so it was not anticipated that I was getting whacked, but
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
we have some money, like, so a lot better position now than what we were. I mean, like, we were fine back then too, but had some sizable commissions coming in. So, what is it to get started? Realistically.
It's mainly the hours of training. So it's 72 hours. That's the hardest part. It's maybe like $1,200 or something in fees. They get your probably around $1,000 to get because you got to get Association of Realtors, you got to get MLS fee, you got to get Super, the lock boxes. At EXP, it's just $85 a month for technology going forward.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not very expensive of an investment. It's just more of the time to get licensed.
I mean, I have quite a bit of time at the moment.
Good, yeah.
So I guess my question to you is like getting ramped up and stuff. I haven't ever done anything like this before. So like, is there one of you to take me under your wing a little bit, or like how does that work?
Yeah.
Realistically, I'm just trying to figure out like,
Yeah, so
hey, feed you the wolves. Good luck. Thanks for trying.
yeah, so we would come up with a plan. I'd have to talk to you about that. There's different options.
Sure.
There's like, we just give you all the stuff and you're out there, right, doing it. And you'll get a mentor for your first 3 transactions, but they're really going to help like just with making sure you filled out the contract right and stuff like that. So I also coach agents, and they pay me a monthly fee for that. And so that would be maybe an option where I'm more like accessible for like, hey, how are we going to do this? How are we
What
going
do
to
most people do that don't have a history in the field?
Most people, I'd say do what I did. So like I started when I still had my job.
Sure.
So I started on the side and then like did.
I mean, I'm still covered through April, and I know I'll find.
Thank you, brother. Of course, man. Yeah.
3 days in a row.
I know, it's crazy. 2 o'clock, right? Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, like, of course, this is something I'm interested in, and I've been interested for a while. It's just, there's never really the right time. It's just jumping into it. I told Lauren, if nothing less, I'll learn a lot about real estate. Like, that's the way I look at it, is knowledge is hard to come by.
Yeah, I think everybody has a different kind of preference to how to get started. Like, I don't know.
Sure.
I'd have to learn more about like, hey, what, like if you told me like I'm all in, like, okay, then I would probably say, hey, I'll be your coach and I'll walk you through every single thing that you need to do, and we'll have 2 bi-weekly calls like, hey, before our next call, do this, this, and this, and if you stay on that track, you will be
that's
successful.
what I would want.
Yeah.
And, like, I think I'm more sold than Lauren is. I mean, of course, she's just different, and I'm the breadwinner, so she's like, I want to make sure that credit keeps coming in. But I mean, I think that's a good point. Like, me, myself, you don't have to sell me anymore. I would say the selling has to be on board.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
It's more or
Tracy
less
is
just
the
giving
same
her
way.
the comfort and understanding like what we're getting into. But it's not like, hey, no, we're just giving them $100,000 and hoping it works, man. It's gonna be great.
No, it'd be good for her to talk to Tracy, because she was the same way. Like, when I bought my first deal, I didn't tell this story today. It was like, I had like a year of trying to convince her to let me do it, and then I did it, and like literally our whole bank account was at 0. Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent presentation.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy.
Really love
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, we went to 0. We lost money on this deal. It was a nightmare. Like, she's freaking out. I'm freaking out. But knock on wood, hadn't lost money since the first deal. We learned from all our mistakes and kept going.
Right.
But yeah, it can be scary because you make a mistake or you don't have somebody helping you.
Right.
You don't know what you're doing.
I don't know what I could have done differently.
Right.
thought, well, maybe sometime after the holidays or something, I'll work on studying and getting this stuff knocked out.
Yeah.
And how much of a time is it? You said 72 hours of training.
72 hours of training. So that's why I like the audio, because you can play that in the car. Hey, bud. Yeah, thanks for coming.
Connect soon about marketing stuff. And
Yeah. Let's do it.
reviewing, leading up to this, and then planning for the next.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Awesome.
All right, cool. There's that.
Sweet.
I said, definitely want to have lunch with Lauren.
Let's do it, yeah.
Because,
It'll be great.
I think she'd be interested in that as well.
Yeah. Sweet.
Well, thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you for coming.
Yeah, man. That's good.
Good.
How often is a deal like that?
A deal like that?
Yeah.
I mean, those
Like
are
108 deals.
I'm like not even trying to find those.
I guess a wholesaler kind of finds you on that. Just from reputation or?
I'd say once a month is pretty consistent on that. Like, I don't actually do any marketing. It's kind of crazy. Like, I don't do lead gen. I just sit back and wait for it to come to me, which is probably not the best. But when you set yourself up like as the expert, you will attract deals like that. Yeah.
It's up to you. Nice job.
Hey, thanks for coming, brother.
Good seeing you.
Hey,
I'm
you
excited.
too.
Excited for Grid in January. I'm glad
Yeah.
you're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
help
yeah.
out. What's
Yeah,
up, Greg?
I need to
Good to see you.
need to get more speaking practice.
I'm doing the speaking training next week with Sean. Are you
I
doing
think
that?
I'm doing. Me and Tracy bought one ticket, so I'm
Okay.
not sure which one of us is going. I think I'll probably go. I don't know how much I can stay, but yeah.
Dude.
I've been to that thing like 4 times though.
Is it
Have
good?
you ever been?
No, I've never been.
It's really good.
So I just
it's
joined-
even good like the 3rd time you go to it.
I joined
Yeah,
a month
it's-
ago, so
Okay. Oh, that's right.
yeah.
I
just
saw
won that
you
nice
in
big
the
check, and
nice.
I'm getting some value though. At first I was like, oh man, I don't know how much it was when you joined. It's 20,000 now.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Man, I was half that.
Are you talking about Sean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Leadership board room. Are you an LB?
Nah, I've known Sean for 20 years,
Oh wow.
but it's working.
Yeah.
You'll get you'll
Yeah.
get every penny.
Yeah, that's right.
And
been
then
good so
if your
far.
ROI is just
What's the monthly?
What's that?
What's
1,500.
Okay. Yeah, I got in at the right before the pandemic. It was
Who's your? Are you
1,000.
in Sean's group?
Yeah, group 4.
Group 4, yeah, I'm
What
in
about
2.
2? Sean, your coach?
So, and actually, yeah, Sean's my coach. I knew a few of the people in 2 already because that's the group 3 doors used to be in.
Yeah.
And I went to one of their things. And so it's
Yeah.
kind of cool. Like, I know a few of the people,
Right.
and there's some new people,
Yeah.
so.
Nice. Have you had a retreat yet?
No, January's the first retreat.
Okay.
I'm excited. It's in Florida.
Yeah,
So
that'd be great. Yeah,
it's going to be fun.
nice.
How's everything going with this? How many agents you guys got now?
So we have 10 total. 5 are like on my personal team.
Yeah.
So I split 50-50 with all of them. And
And you
then
kind of have like an expansion.
yeah, just anybody that comes in EXP, we give them all the resources we used to because we just want to expand this thing out.
Yeah.
I think the opportunity is huge.
That's cool. That's why I was wondering what your structure was like as far as if everyone had to be on the team.
Yeah.
But if they join EXP just under you, you still give them the.
Right, yeah, you get everything and we don't do a split. It's like, it's basically a no-brainer
Yeah.
for somebody.
Especially if somebody wants to go to
Right,
EXP.
right.
How do you do on revenue share?
I think I get about 500 a month, but I
With 10
haven't
people?
focused. Yeah, I haven't really focused on it though. Like my sponsor is Jay Kinder, so I'm basically wanting to model what he's done. So he has like 90 agents that he's personally recruited, but then like it goes 7 levels deep. So he has like 9,000 in the whole structure, and he gets like 400,000 a month. It's like insane. So he moved to the.
He's got to be one of the top of the company. Though.
Yeah, he moved to the Dominican. No, he moved to Puerto Rico. He's not one of the top of the. He's not even in the. He's probably not even in the top 10. It's like he joined like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
But he moved to Puerto Rico because they only charge 4% tax. He's got like this mansion on the beach. It's insane. Like, yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. But I'm like, hey, teach me how to do that. Like,
I I almost like I kicked myself around because I'm like, man, like 3 years ago I should have joined. Like I should have.
Well, you still should have joined right now.
Yep.
I said the same thing, and the stock just keeps going up.
Yeah. How much do you say you have in stock?
It's like 60,000.
60,000.
I wasn't even paying
I
attention.
You said 6,000, 16,000.
Oh, 60, yeah.
How long do you have to hold the stock for?
It depends on what type of award you got. The ones that do have a restriction have like a 3-year vesting on it.
Yeah. That's what I figured. Not bad.
Yeah.
And you get that for, it's based on like production and sales and things.
Right. Yep.
First, there's first. I'm not with XP anymore. I used to be, but
the
first deal, every anniversary,
Who are you with now?
I'm just an independent broker.
Okay.
But yeah, there's different awards, different vesting based on first deal after your anniversary, and
we
somebody
encourage
comes in, they give you an award.
we encourage everybody to sign up for this equity program where they take 5% of your commission check, and then they let you buy the stock at 90% of the value.
Yeah.
So you get 10% right off the bat, and you're not going to notice 5% lower of a commission.
Yeah.
So we tell everybody to sign up for that. That's probably what builds up your account fast too.
Yeah, I kick around the idea of it once a year.
Yeah.
Well,
let us know. Yeah. Do you have a big profit share there?
I used to. It's shrunk a lot though.
Because they changed the rules, didn't
Yeah,
they?
so before they changed the caps, I was getting $700-800 a month.
Nice.
That was nice. Because I have like 17 people in my downline. But
See, you can bring all them over here.
I don't know if all of them would come in.
Hey, thanks, Sean.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I got to get it. We're moving to offices, and I just launched. I'm trying to scale my wholesale company right now, so that's my big focus. I have 2 new acquisition guys that I just brought on.
You wholesaling in St. Louis or Illinois?
Illinois. So no assignments, all double close, because you can't assign in Illinois.
Oh, okay.
So we're just double closing everything and fix and flips. That's huge. So I got to raise capital as well. That's a big hole I have right now. I need to get good at raising money. It's something I haven't done well.
Plant the seeds.
What's that?
Plant the seeds.
Yeah. No, I haven't. I have a couple people that and I grew up very poor, and all my family's very poor. So there's no money to go from there. So I'm having to I'm only 30, well 31 now I guess, and all my friends are just starting to make money, so they have no money. So I'm trying to go outside of that.
Well, when you start working with investors, we have a lot of our guys are private lenders to our other clients. They're like, hey, I got $300,000 sitting in a bank account. I want to lend this to people that are investing. I'm like, okay, we got plenty of guys that want to do that.
And what's your biggest? You were saying you don't lead generate. Do you do any paid leads for investors?
The only paid thing I do is Bigger Pockets.
Well,
So I show up on if you go to their website and look for an agent, I'm in a rotating thing that shows up, and you can contact me.
I'm the Edward Soul person. Bigger Pockets.
And so I don't do any outbound stuff. People just call me, schedule a call with me, and we set up our system at EXP to where our CRM, if a lead comes in from Bigger Pockets, my CRM texts them, emails them, starts sending them valuable information, showing that we know what we're talking about, we know how to help them, and then they'll eventually reach out and say, okay, we're ready to buy.
What are the requirements to come in with icon status,
I don't know. I know I've hit it my first 2 years there, which is awesome because then you get the cap back in stock.
And your team members get a 4K cap in, right?
That's right. They get a 4K, and I think it's maybe 15 or 16 million in sales.
Oh, okay. So we would do that.
Yeah, it's pretty low. It's not that.
That's lower than I thought it would be.
Yeah, might be 500. It might be that or 500K in gross commission. It's I think it's if you do either one, you get it.
Because I looked into it at 3 Doors. We almost left KW when I was there at one point. And,
for EXP?
Yeah, we got.
Who are you going to join under?
Some guy that's a nationwide wholesaler or something. I don't know, dude. It's one of Jim's ideas.
Wild idea.
I came in on a Monday and Jim had a meeting set up for me to try to go to
Dude, we got to partner locally, man. We could take over this whole city. The EXP right now said they have very low penetration in St.
Isn't
Louis.
this where it launched? Isn't the guy from St. Louis the founder?
Stevie would know. I think she's like family friends with Gene Frederick, which is
Gene Frederick was out of Texas.
okay.
He was a market center guy out of Texas.
Okay.
He met with the owner, Glenn.
Glenn Sanford's
Glenn
the
Stanford
CEO.
brought in Gene. Stevie's ex-partner, Kevin, is Gene's right-hand man. Kevin Cottrell.
Oh.
Are you going to get lunch after this?
So,
I might. Yeah.
yeah, they're not from St. Louis.
You want to get lunch?
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know anywhere around here, so you tell me where.
All right. There is. What kind of food do you like?
Everything.
Do you like pokey?
I like some poke.
Poke bowl? Or you kind of.
I like poke. I used to go to, it was diagonal from the office in Kirkwood. There was a poke place, and I ate it at least once a week.
Okay. Yeah, I got a buddy that works there. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Josh.
Nice to meet
Hey,
you,
good to meet you.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How you doing? Josh
Okay,
Schultz.
nice to meet you.
Pleasure. How you doing? Great.
Are you an agent?
I am, yeah. Also Sloth. So F3 would be my real name.
Yeah.
Sloth.
Sloth.
Have you tried getting these guys in yet? F3?
I don't know. I don't know if they know what we're talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
It's workout group.
There's a guy in my Bible study that's F3, I think over in Maplewood or somewhere. Ben, I don't know his nickname. Bald head.
Ben
glasses.
Perk?
What is this?
He's a teacher. Was a
Fitness
teacher.
Fellowship Fit.
Wife's a financial advisor. I know what I'm not an F3, but I know. I can't remember his nickname.
All right.
He just woke up. This is about as early as Caleb.
I'm not necessarily, I'm a late to bed.
I hear you.
Sorry, he grabbed me as I was coming back.
Yeah, sure. Did love it. Yeah.
Thanks.
Good presentation. Love the after renovated value. I just heard from an investor on how they, just a quick judge on houses, price per square foot of $25, $35, or $50. Like, if it's full gut, like what does that look like on, because I go through and I try and knick-knack, all right, well, countertops and cabinets.
Yeah, we try to customize it for the property. So we got like this big spreadsheet that has 100 different things that you could do. And I just look at the pictures. Oh, it needs a kitchen. Mark the kitchen box. Mark this one. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Just go down the spreadsheet. You can do it that way, but it's not going to be accurate enough to make an offer because it's going to have.
Still give and take.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
There's little value pieces, and every house is so different.
Yeah.
Do you do a lot of mailers, or what's your?
No mail. No, I was just telling him I don't do hardly any lead generation. The only marketing we do is on Bigger Pockets. It's just they show me as an investor-friendly agent, so I get calls and stuff from there.
Yeah, wholesale deals, and like how to find them and stuff. That's
Yeah,
always
just
like,
connecting with wholesalers. Yep.
Yeah.
Getting on their list and then building relationships with them. So I'm big in the ones that you get in the email, everybody else is getting. What people don't know is that if you develop a relationship with the wholesaler and you start to get trust, like you've done a couple deals with them, they'll call you before they email it out to everybody. Or especially like if they don't know, if they have a deal, they don't know if they can make it work, they'll call you and say, hey, what can you guys buy this at? And you guys will work together to negotiate the deal. And then a lot of times they'll tell you, hey, I can get this for 50. Let's both take 10 and sell it for 70. And it's like, done. Let's do it.
yeah, the commission on top. So I guess you don't have to put them into the MLS stuff?
Did they?
So, it's like
So they want you, after it's sold, they want you to do it as comp. We've been really bad at doing that.
It drives me
But
nuts on the
yeah.
I had a lease that was like 5 days after the lease was signed. We were still going through an occupancy.
Oh, right.
So it's not
Yeah.
finalized, but I didn't take it off
Yeah.
because it wasn't done. But like just Maris, the little rules and the changes of coming soon and withheld.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
Pocket listings.
It's a nightmare.
And how that really
Yeah.
pushes from
Like the situation I talked about where I post on Facebook, like these people were like wanting me to let people preview it, but it was going to take 3 months before they're ready to go active. And so I'm arguing with the MLS. They said you can't be in coming soon for more than 30 days or 45 days or something crazy like that. I'm like, this isn't going to work for them. Like, we need to tell people about it for the next 3 months, and then we'll be ready. Yeah, it's crazy.
And withheld's not going to show up on anything.
No.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't go to the Zillow.
Well, if it's withheld, you can't put it out on Facebook either.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can't put it in your
Right.
brokerage.
But
you can do it in EXP.
You can only do it in your own office.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But not showing
Yeah.
it to everybody is a problem.
Yeah. You can show it to EXP all over the world, I think, but not everybody on your Facebook profile.
Yeah. We'll see how, the settlement and what all that's going to look like.
So do you have any flips going right now?
Right.
And what that really was. I still, to be honest, I don't really understand what
It's
they did
confusing.
wrong. What they do wrong.
Yeah.
They didn't tell them that they had the option to not pay a buyer's agent. So if you want, we could cut the commission in half and just pay me, and then we won't have a buyer's agent. Like that's what they wanted them to say.
And it's going to mess things up because the buyers need the seller to pay for the commission on the, because otherwise it's going to make them bring more cash to close. They're not going to be able to afford to buy the house. It's going to be a nightmare.
Well, it's a really actually investor-driven movement because investors don't care about commissions.
Right.
My investors like whatever, dual agent, whatever. I don't care.
Right.
Give me these numbers.
Yeah.
So it really would be. But then if you go with like the bigger ones, the investment firms and the hedge funds that are going to have to sell off in the next 10 years. You heard of that one of 10% of the corporate. They're going to have to sell
we're
off.
seeing a ton of those right now.
Yeah. So that's going to flood the market with inventory. But
there's a ton out there right now.
What's interesting to know about the whole buyer's commission, I've spent my 20-year real estate career in mostly commercial investment. I would say probably at least half of my deals that I have to negotiate, if I'm representing the tenant or the buyer, there is no commission.
Oh, wow.
I had to negotiate before I even showed the property. So it's something that hasn't, like this is something that's been around, but it's not like mainstream.
Non-residential.
Non-residential. Literally, I would say at least half my deals, I'm negotiating my commission before I even go show the property.
That's right. Yeah, we run into that. Like if a multifamily, if somebody sees a multifamily with one of the big commercial brokers, you call them up and they're like, we don't pay anybody outside of our brokerage. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, do you want a buyer or not? Like, well, tell them to call me. I'm like, what?
That was really, really good.
Thank you.
That was really good.
I was very impressed. Thank you for coming.
I'm like, dang, he's right. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I was expecting to be that good. It's like you've been doing it for 10 years now.
I guess so.
I always thought you were that. From the very beginning. I always knew you were that.
I always wondered why you had so much faith in me. You hadn't seen me
I
yet.
see that. I saw it. I'm like, I don't understand why you're.
I also run the space of
Like, I get it now. The relationship between you and Kevin, I get it now. And I'm like, dude, no, I see you like that. I tell Chuck, I said, Chuck, I see you as the guy getting on the big F-350, not on the little white. I'm like, baby, just this is why I love you is because I see you.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to love people that way, but it works. I almost went over him. So the guys at Three Doors realized, oh, we're talking about Stephanie Kelsey. No.
He just jumped right in.
Instead of jump around too much.
That's not nice.
I'm like, no, the shit have you done? I have to go. You were amazing.
Thank you.
And I will share what clips I have. I will share it. I will tell all my real
Thank you
estate
so much.
friends. Yeah, I can't wait to talk to you.
Yeah. Let's do it next week. Yeah. Awesome. Have a great day. Love you.
Love you too.
Presentation, Dave.
Hey, thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you for all this gear.
Yeah, you got it.